their options. And so you also want to let them know at the time that they make their request for repairs what the options are as well. And those options are that if they ask for 5 repairs, the seller can agree and sign off on all 5 repairs. Number 2, they can agree to 3 out of the 5 repairs. Number 3, they could say, I'm not doing any repairs. Number 4, they could say, I'm not doing any repairs, but I'll give you $1,000 and you can do them. Or they could say, I'll do 2 of the repairs and I'll give you money for the others. So let your clients always know the options. And then if you get to the end of an option period, you also want to let them know that there is an option to extend the option. And that's sometimes what you have to do. You also want to let them know that if you don't get a response, that you may end up sending over a termination of that contract to the sellers if they haven't responded. And you always want to be on top of this. I had a situation just recently where it was 10 o'clock on a Sunday night, and one of our agents was at the end of an option period, and I had to advise her that that first, let's get this done. Let's get the deal done. But if we can't do that, then we need to terminate the contract. And then if the sellers come back and they want to deal with us again, then we'll renegotiate. But always protect your buyers. Always make sure that there is a termination put together if you're reaching the last day of that option, especially if it's a Sunday night. And in that particular situation, actually what happened was we had a slightly less experienced agent, and she was having some difficulty with the other seller's agent involved in the transaction, and it was getting very negative. She had had a good relationship up to this point, but all of a sudden it got very negative. And that comes to my next point. You always want to bring massive positive energy to everyone involved in the transaction and get everyone focused on getting the job done. You want to be the peacekeeper. So if another agent starts getting nasty with you or angry with you, make sure to let them know, hey, I want to get this deal done. Whenever I submit an amendment for repairs, I'm always saying, and you should always be saying, we're going to get this done. Whatever happens, we will get this done. And that way, you know that the other agent's hearing that from you. You're going to say that same thing to your clients. We're going to get this done. I know there's a lot of repairs to be done, but we're going to get this done. You're saying that to the other agent. We will get this done. And they're going to go and they're going to take that same type of energy and idea back to their client. And that can be a huge, huge game changer. I mean, a lot of agents will come to me and they'll send me an amendment. They'll say, we will never get this done. And I always tell them, hey, we will get this done. So as the listing agent on properties, understand that you always want to let that buyer's agent know, hey, I am good at getting deals done. I know how it goes. I'm going to take care of you. We're going to get this worked out. We're going to make this happen. And you always keep that mentality going into any negotiation until it's absolutely dead. Absolutely dead. And remember our 0.01% principle. And that is that if 99.9% of a deal is bad, is challenging, is negative, you are only focusing on one thing. And that's the 0.01% that is good. And your job is to get everyone else focused on that 0.01%. Get everyone else focused on what's positive in the transaction. Get everyone in the same mindset, and you will get more deals done than any other agent out there. And that's what happened with that transaction that night. Is I was able to get on the line with the other agent, who was the seller's agent, that was working with our buyer agent. I was able to get on her good side. I was able to talk to her, lay all the options out on the table, and we got that deal to fruition and to closing. So far, we want to, from the beginning of the transaction, create a positive relationship with all parties. We want to prepare the buyer for buyer's remorse. We want to prepare them for negative news on the inspection. We want to prepare everyone for contingencies, whether that be with the loan, the inspection, or whatever's going on in the transaction. Another way to absolutely keep deals together and make sure that we get all of our deals closed at the end of the month is to continually contact the lenders to keep appraised of the status. Make sure that whether you're representing the seller or whether you're representing the buyer, that you are in constant communication with the lenders to make sure appraisals are getting done, to make sure that the financing is getting approved, to make sure that the buyers have all their information in. You want to constantly keep appraised of this. When I first started my career and I was managing all of my own transactions, I would literally touch every single file every single day. And I would make sure that I knew my last conversation with that lender and what it was all about and where the transaction was at. Even though at Goldwasser Real Estate we have an entire transaction management team that handles a lot of that for our agents, we still want to be involved and make sure that we are up to date and apprised of everything going on with that loan. That's a way that we're going to save more deals and you're going to make more money. And the last thing is ask for help. Ask for help. Do not be afraid to ask one of your other agents or your broker or someone with more experience in the business to help you. It's amazing what we can do when we put our heads together and work as a team. And you have so much experience out there that you can tap into, whether you're with my company or another company. You have experience to tap into. And you need to tap into that experience when a deal gets challenging. Because if you tap into other people's experience, they might be able to help you get through something. They may have dealt with it before. It's the same thing with objections. You talk to a senior salesperson and learn how they answer objections. Whether you're selling cars or insurance or homes, there's certain objections that always get asked, certain objections that always get posed, and if you ask experienced people how they handle those, you're going to have a much better chance of getting through and getting to closing. And isn't that what we're all trying to do? Is to help lead our buyers and sellers to closing. That is key. So, our job as salespeople is to hold deals together. If you want to earn more money, if you want to become a better salesperson, then follow these steps. From the beginning of the transaction, build a positive, solid relationships with all parties. Prepare buyers for buyer's remorse. Prepare your clients strongly for negative news on the transaction, on the inspection, whether they're a seller or a buyer. Prepare everyone for contingencies and always let your clients know your options, their options. Always use massive positive energy to get everyone focused on getting the job done. Be the peacekeeper. Focus on the 0.01% principle. Continually contact lenders to keep apprised of the status of the loan, especially important right now. And number 6, ask for help. Tons of experience out there that can help you to get more deals done. So, that's it. Breathe life into deals that nobody else can get done, and you will rise to the top of the industry. I will guarantee you that. But you have to bring it. Bring the energy and work hard and become better every single day. You can do it. Have an awesome day.